just after giving birth, so I was left there unattended for like 2 hours. That time my phone is dead. Say hello. Hello. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel, and as you all can tell from the title of this video, I'm doing another sit down video slash story time of how the first 24 hours with Alora were like. Yes, the first 24 hours with you. Yeah, do you know what that was like? So, while we do this, I'm gonna try and distract her because I wanna like fix her hair. But yes, I'm gonna distract her with this, and toys. And let's see how this goes. But yeah, here goes nothing. Sit here. So I don't know if you all remember from my birth and delivery story time. If you all watched that, if you haven't, I'll put a card for you guys to see it. But taking on from there, so after I gave birth, I was unlucky enough to give birth at the time whereby what you call it, the midwives were changing shifts, so the day nurses or midwives were leaving and the night ones were starting. And just after giving birth, so I was left there unattended for like 2 hours. So I gave birth at 6, and the next time I saw anyone resembling a doctor was at 8. And I didn't know what to do, but well, I kind of had an idea of what to do because I was there the whole day. And wait, mommy. Okay, let me open this for you. You don't want? Okay. So from that story, so I was at the hospital the whole day, and I saw what was happening with all the other ladies who were in labor around me in the other wards, in the other rooms, like what they were doing like after they give birth. And I was waiting for my turn, but no one was arriving, and I didn't know what else to do. And she was starting to shiver, and so I started getting worried. That time my phone is dead, so I can't really communicate with anyone, and one of the reasons why I don't have a lot of pictures in the hospital. But yeah, so what I did was I switched off my phone so that I could save the little battery that it had left for in case of an emergency. Dada man. Okay, so that didn't work out. I'm gonna do that while she's sleeping because clearly I'm not winning, and she's in her playful mode. But she's eating my bribe to chips. She took my bribe but didn't give me what I wanted. It's not a fair relationship. But anyways, so where was I? Okay, so I was left unattended because I gave birth at 6 o'clock, and then after that there's obviously the pushing of the placenta, and then I got stitches, and all of that was done and dusted by like 20 past 6. And the student nurse helped me start breastfeeding while this was happening also. So by the time they finished the stitches, I was already breastfeeding. I didn't know how, thought I knew how to do it, but apparently I was doing it wrong. And so they told me what to do, and I did that, and then I was left unattended for 2 hours, which was a bit unfair, I guess, because I guess that was unfortunate because at the time when I gave birth, it was just before the shift changed, because I think at 7 o'clock that's when they start changing shift, as in that's when they start changing shifts. Oh wow, mama. So they were changing shifts, as in the day shift midwives and nurses were leaving and the night shift people were coming in. And also the day shift people for some reason didn't seem to like me because if you remember from the labor and delivery story, they felt that I was exaggerating my pain and I wasn't ready to give birth until maybe the next day. So what happened? So they believed that I was exaggerating my pain levels, even though the contractions were, I kept telling them the contractions were like a minute apart or 2 minutes apart at most. And then they felt that I was exaggerating it because whenever she examined me, I was, what did she say? I was I think it was, oh my god, I'm starting to forget. I think it was 3 centimeters. I'll have to confirm this with my mom. But she kept telling me that I am 3 centimeters dilated, which was weird because my mom was convinced that it was going to be a quick in and out because of how close my contractions were. And she wasn't taking me seriously. And like 2 hours before I gave birth, she had examined me again and she still said that I was still at the same place. I hadn't changed anything. And they wanted me at 6 o'clock. That was the time they'd given me that they're going to tell me to go back home and then come back tomorrow morning or when things are more serious. And I was like, but things are serious right now. What do you mean? I can't be going through this. Blankets that I had on me because the stuff that they had put it in were already wet and nobody seemed to care. And I was like, nah. Anyways, so I wiped her. When I was done with her, I wrapped her in the receiving blanket and I put her one side, and then I tried cleaning myself and cleaning the bed because nobody attended to any of that. So I had to clean the bed I was on and get myself fixed up as well. So like the whole thing went back because like I had a lot of expectation because I did watch YouTube videos before going to the clinic, and there's apparently things that you're supposed to receive that is compulsory for the clinic to give you, like unless you want your own, then you buy your own. I had my own ish, but yeah, I'm just gonna say that it was poor service and I wasn't happy about it, but it is what it is. It happened and we move on. Okay, so 8 o'clock they come, they check up the night nurse comes and then she thinks everything is a-okay. It was done by the doctors before they'd planned to I did all of it on my own, so she doesn't know, but I let it go, right? And then she checks the baby, checks the temperature, like I forgot what they called again. I actually studied this. This is embarrassing. But so they check like whether she's responding, her responses, the different responses to sound, to what word, and her temperature as well. And then they said that there was a problem with the temperature. It was too low. She was cold, which was like obvious because she was shivering. They left her in wet stuff, but I decided not to start an argument because I was over it. And so she told me that I needed to do skin to skin. I didn't do skin to skin because nobody told me. I know I was supposed to do it now that I think about it, but at the time I didn't think about it at all. And nobody had told me anything. So yeah, so I was supposed to do skin to skin with her until her temperature goes down. And then that's when also I started getting dizzy, but I didn't say anything. So I started getting dizzy because I suffer from iron deficiency. So, and I had lost a lot of blood. So yeah, I started feeling lightheaded. But we did the skin to skin and we sat there for an hour. Then she came to check up on us again at around 9 o'clock. And she said that the temperature is still not on. So she's gonna give me another hour and then come and see. So this time I fell asleep while doing the skin to skin because personally I felt like I was doing it wrong, but hey, I didn't have anyone to ask. It is what it is. So I fell asleep. She was sleeping on my chest and I fell asleep like that. But I actually like startled up. I startled up when the doctor came back because I was like, oh my god, I fell asleep. What if the baby fell or something? But yeah, I fell asleep. I didn't move and she was fine. And the doctor said that her temperature had gone up again, so they were going to discharge me. And I was like, what? Discharge me? At this time, it's 10 p.m. guys. 10 p.m. I don't own a car. My parents don't own a car. My aunt doesn't own a car. And my phone is almost dead, but it's off. So I'm like, okay. I'm like, are you sure? And she's like, yeah. And because the thing is, so here in South Africa, I'm not sure whether it's the same anywhere else, but if you had a normal delivery, not C-section, and without any complications, you are discharged 6 hours after giving birth, and then but you'd still have to go back 2 days or a day afterwards to have the baby, so they can check out the baby, so they can officially check her out. You leave with the baby, but they haven't really discharged. It's almost like the baby is, what do you call it again? Like, you know when you go home and then you guys have a nurse look after you? And yeah, but you're not discharged because you're not okay yet. So that's what happens with the baby. And then they discharge them after the checkup when you come back again. But yeah, so that's what happened. And with me, the 6 hours hadn't even gotten because I gave birth at 6 o'clock. And the 6 hour mark was supposed to be, yeah?
Yeah.
It was supposed to be at midnight, and this was 10 o'clock, and they're telling me I can go home. Guys, the stress level went from here to there. And I was like, okay. So I tried putting my phone back on, and then I found that the battery went up by 5%. And I was like, okay, so I need to communicate with as many people as I can right now. So I called my mom. I told them what's going on. They told me not to touch her head. Like, they were against it at all. Like, I shouldn't wipe her head because it was the only thing that was dirty, but I shouldn't touch it. They said that don't touch it, don't do nothing, you are going to break that baby. Like, I was like, okay. But yeah, so that's also when I sent them the picture of the baby as well. And then also I called my pastor so that he could come fetch me. He lived far, but he was the only person that I could think of at the time who had a car who could come and fetch me. So I called him, and well, I didn't call him because he was offline, I think, but I left him a message asking him to see if he can come pick me up. I left the address and everything because I knew my phone was gonna die, and I told him that my phone might die. And then just before he responded, like it went on double tick, and then my phone died, guys. My phone died, and I was like, okay, now I don't know how I'm gonna communicate with the world, but it's cool. The thing that I did know was that on the other side of the hospital, the plugs worked, because I'd been to that side. That's the pregnancy side, and then I was in the labor ward. So I was like, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pack everything and then get myself ready. Once I'm done with that, I'm gonna go and sit there and have my phone charged. And then so I cleaned up, packed my stuff, and I was ready to go, but the dizziness was getting a lot. Getting too much, and I couldn't walk. Like, I tried walking, and I started like walking on the stuff, and then like, you know those, I don't know if anyone's ever gotten this, but when you start seeing dots, and then it's like your vision is starting to disappear. And just as I got to the reception area, luckily I wasn't carrying the baby yet, because I was like, I don't have the strength to do that, so I was gonna take my stuff first one by one and then take the baby last, because I didn't want to like overdo it since I was dizzy. But as they saw me coming with the bags into the reception area, they were like, what is wrong? You look like you're about to fall down. I was like, I am very dizzy. And just as I said that, I like almost collapsed, but I didn't, because I was next to the wall. And then I caught myself, and they were like, you go back to bed, you're not going home until that goes down. And then they gave me some pills to help with it, and I was so grateful that I'm not going home, but I couldn't communicate that with anyone else. And I asked if they could charge my phone. They said they'll do it at reception, and it was okay. And they also changed my room. They were so nice. The night staff was so nice, so nice. But yeah, the day shift people were the problem. So I changed the room to a new room, and then everything is going well, ne? And then I've got nothing to do though, because my phone is charging on the other side, and I kind of didn't bring no entertainment with myself. Like, everything is on my phone. But Elora still hadn't cried. Like, if you remember from the previous video, again, yeah? Yo. Gotcha. So if you remember from the previous video, after giving birth, all she did was cough. She never... Well, she's loud now. But she coughed. She didn't cry. And I was starting to get worried that she is not gonna cry. And I know he wanted to pinch her just to make sure that she was actually fine, because she hadn't made a sound since. Like, she had breastfed, and then she fell asleep, and that was it. And then at something to 1 a.m, I'm still awake here, right? Because I can't find sleep. I'm worried about her, and I want my phone because I don't have entertainment, and I was not sleepy at the time. So around just before 1 a.m, it hit me that I haven't checked the baby's nappy. Like, I have a newborn, and I haven't checked the baby's nappy. And I was like, oh my god, what type of mother am I? Yeah. And then in that same moment that I realized that, she started crying, and she wouldn't keep quiet. I was like, yeah? So the things I wanted, I to keep quiet, because I didn't want any attention. And then I got her into this. You know, guys, we have these newborn clothes, but they don't fit these children. Like, I put her in and it was like oversized. I'm like, anyway, so I put her in the clothes, and then what is this? What happened? Oh yeah, we ordered the Uber and then we left. It was like 20 minutes home, 15 minute to 20 minute drive home, so it wasn't far. And then we got home. It was all nice, but I was crazy tired. I don't know why I was tired. Maybe it's because I didn't sleep, but at the time I didn't know why I was tired. And my mom gave me porridge, and we spent the day in bed, ne? We spent the day in bed. So the only time I left the bed was to go soak in the salt water or the bathroom. Actually, I hardly went to the bathroom, man. But yeah, I tried skin to skin again because they told me I need to do that more often because she was very tiny, and because she was tiny, she needed to be kept very warm, and skin to skin is the best method. So yeah, so we did a lot of skin to skin, and I binge watched Grey's Anatomy, and yeah, that was our first 24 hours. 6 o'clock struck, and she was 1 day old, ne? Yeah. She's a big baby and she's loud now. Then as a baby she wasn't a problem, and even like the night for the first, I don't know, she never really bothered me at night, to be honest. Like, she cried when she was hungry and that was it. She was a brilliant baby. So my first 24 hours with a newborn were crazy, especially because if I'm to put to sum it all up, my first 24 hours with a newborn baby, it was hectic. I wish that I had someone like my mom there with me. Even a friend would have been nice, but because I gave birth like in the middle of COVID, like when it was basically at its peak, is because we were under lockdown. Who's that? Okay. So I wish that I had someone with me, but that didn't happen. So it is what it is, but it would be nice. I hope that things have changed now that things are calmer, that people can at least have one person with them. Also, I wish that I hadn't cancelled my medical aid because I didn't like the hospitality service where I was. I preferred where I was before I went to where I went to give birth. But yeah, at the end of the day, we gave birth to a healthy baby without any complications. Right, Mama? No, she's a big girl who doesn't listen and is very loud. Yeah. But yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video or it helps someone out there. But again, remember that all pregnancies are different, all deliveries are different for the different babies. Doesn't matter how many times you give birth, they're all going to be different experiences. But it's good to always be prepared for anything. And yeah, really hope you guys enjoyed this. If you did, do give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Until next time, say bye. Bye.